Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Trust me, I had checked everything in previous video. I mean, you had seen this, don't you? This guy is the success node, this guy is the tree, this guy is the start node, and blah blah blah. But take a look. The name is okay here. And this is the start, of course, that's okay. The naming here is not okay. Especially if I choose the tree, take a look. The element one is SDF, okay, and it's a success node. Now, let's delete this guy. Let's go back to our code. Remember this flag, turn it to true, both on the node and the node schema. It took me a few minutes to find this, but don't ask me why this is happening. Let's create a graph and let's create a success. Now let's look at the graph. Element 1 is BT success space node. BT success node. So my code is correct. My code is correct. If I comment this line, not that line, sorry. Both of the lines. Basically, I'm using the hide flag, okay? And in here, okay, build, come back, delete your graph, create a graph. First pass, it's okay. The moment I add the success, take a look. Element 1's name is Mambo Jumbo. So, I will call it a bug on Unity. Because my R&D was in previous versions, and what is the version here? I think it is 5.3.5 F1. So I was working on 5.3.3, I think. Then I updated to this version of Unity, and this is the first time I'm seeing it. So I will call it a bug on Unity, not my code. Seriously, this is not my fault. Unity, solve this. And soon Unity 5. Blah blah will come up. So I'm not bothered with this. It was just bothering me because I thought I was doing something derpy. And trust me, I'm not. The code is okay. Everything is okay. For some reason, then in my, where's that? Graph utils. When I'm refreshing or saving, I'm not sure where, but I think it's refreshed. Let me do this. Build. Come back. And create a graph. So this is okay. But you see that I am not seeing that here. Okay, so load that, please. Okay. So I add it. It's not showing up, maybe. No, it's actually doing it. Okay, so it's not that code. Just trying to see where is the problem, because don't ask me what's going on. I don't know. Don't ask me what's going on. Maybe. No. Well, Yeah, that's not it. I don't know what's happening here. I seriously don't know what's happening here. It shouldn't be like this. The code was working in 5.3.3. I will call it a bug on 5.3.5 F1. Soon Unity 5.4 is coming out. I will wait to see if this will be fixed there or not. Anyway, now that we showed our code is fine and I'm sane, I didn't lose my sanity. Let's go on. Now, the next node that we want is another composite. It's the second important composite. It's BT Selector node. And BT Selector node schema. Now, a selector node is almost like sequence with a very big difference. You remember in sequence, the moment one child returned failure, we would early exit. In case of selector, it's exactly opposite. We will tick one child per tick. The moment one child returns success, we will return success. If we exhausted our children and we didn't get the success, that is when we say, okay, we are done, no success, then we are failed, okay? So the code is fairly close to the sequence. First of all, this guy is a node attribute, BT base node schema. This guy is a node attribute. And look at that. BT base node. The schema is just the initialize with the base, an icon, and the show name. Okay, and the help, I will wait for you to copy paste it if you want from monitor to your stuff, to your code. Okay, now here in the selector, we again will override our tick and reset. Now again, we will have a serialized field of int, and that's private, int index, and again I will put that to do here, see if white would work for index. After that, in reset, after calling the base, we say index equals to 0. Now the tick. Let me open my sequence and keep it on side by side for reference. This part is the same. This is our early error condition exit blah. So, bam, yes. After that, we say, instead of this guy, we are doing it a bit different here. You remember this? I have it after that. So if the state equals success, we are setting the parent and we return. Actually, I think I can have it on top here too. That should behave the same. For the sake of comparison readability. Then we have this system. If our index is exhausted. So if our index is exhausted, we get the last child. We set our stuff to failure because we know that the child was not successful. If it was successful, we already was in success state. Okay? So then we set the parent, we set the ticked, we return. Then we have the node and check the possibles. That's that part. That's the same. And the else condition is the same again. So the magic happens here. Okay, we have the child and we tick the child. Actually, I'm fairly sure we don't need this part. Let me double check it after coming back to Unity. We shouldn't need this part. Okay, so we tick the child. Then here is our conditions. If the child was returned error, well, we return error. That's not changing. The rest of the stuff is changed from here. So in this case, that was our early exit. We were doing it on failure. Here we do it on success. And our case is success. Okay? If the child was success, blah, 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 blah. Well, here we say if the child was failure. Blah, 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 blah. And index is up. Now, here, I can do two things. I can set my state to running, basically. But in my notes, I set my state to failure. And actually, it shouldn't. Yeah, that's the case. That's the case, yeah. If we exhausted, yeah, I'm done. I'm derping. If we exhausted our children and the last child was failed, so we failed. That's that. Otherwise, we are running. And active node is us. Now, if the child was running, of course, we are running. And finally, the exhaustion. And here we are failed. Okay? So, you see, they are very similar to each other. The only thing that is changed is when we set our state to failures instead of success, and that is exactly how the system would work. So, coming back to our schema, now we need to add our Control V, okay. We need our selector. Okay, build, come back to Unity, delete the graph, create a new graph. Now I will have a sequence here. I will add two selectors here just to see. If this works, then I will go nuts. So that is that. Now I will have a failure, then I will have a success. Failure. And success. Okay, so reset the graph. Let's tick. So we are running. We succeeded, we go up. We are running. We succeeded, we go up. We go up, we succeed. Now if I negate this guy, we failed, we succeed. That's not what I want. Oh, that's not what I want. That is why I had that last child state. stuff. Okay, let's see if that's the case. And you close. What do we have here? Both of them. So I have this guy, and I will set my state to last child.capital state. Actually, wait a second. What I'm doing? No, thank you. So here our state is equals to success. Let's take a look at these two. That's redundant. Return the base.tick. We are setting this lower state. That's okay. That's okay. Why is it doing this? We failed. We clearly failed. The IDs, please. That's that. No, we are success. Oh. Yeah, of course we are success, but we are negated, so we should return the capital state. Let's take a look at the base. We are returning the capital state. So why did this guy succeed? This shouldn't. Okay, let's stick to my notes. Last child.state, capital state. And let's build it. So reset the graph. Oh, we failed. Okay, but yeah, this guy failed. Okay, so yep. Okay, so that was why I had that last child state both here and both here. Okay, but yeah, that ticking is redundant, and this guy is redundant. So this guy is redundant, this guy is redundant, and now we have our selector and sequence, and they are behaving. So let's go nuts, shall we? Let's delete the graph and create a very heavy graph. So sequence. This sequence will have two sequences. Each sequence, this guy will have a selector and a sequence. This guy will have two sequences. No. Sequence. Then this guy will have a failure and a success. So it will return success on the second tick. This guy will have, let's go, I said I will go nuts. So two selectors, failure, success. There we go. And failure, success. This guy will have only two success. And this guy will have a selector. And take a look. I'm adding a success next, okay? But it should sort it. So this guy will have a failure and a success. Let's see what will happen. Tick, that's okay. Tick, goes down, success, up, 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 down, one up, down, up, 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 success. So now the fun part. Let's take a look at it inside here, but now I need to find that behavior tree itself. There we go, that's the tree, okay? So main camera, this is our tree. Ready? Let's go not that fast. 0.1, play. And that's our behavior tree on the runtime, working properly without any bugs. Trust me, this sequence, on start, had a very nasty bug. Every now and then it would run into the success all the way up. It would never tick this branch. You had seen it in intro. If you didn't pay attention, go and watch intro now and you'll see that it happens every now and then. But this is not the speed that we will tick our tree. Normally, we will go nuts. Boom. That's the speed that you will tick your behavior tree. Okay? And if you take a look, you will see that we are in almost always running state, but every now and then you will see this guy flushing to success. It's very hard to see, so let's reduce the speed again and track this guy. Well, you won't see it, but we know that it succeeded. So let's do something. GUI skin is null. That's what I was. So I missed it somewhere. Update view in graph toolbar. You kidding me? Line 64. Yeah, as I said, this stupid thing is bothering me a lot. It shouldn't happen ever. Look at here. I'm just checking it right there. Line 46 in graph toolbar view here. Okay. View skin that. Well, take a look at here. build. It only happens when I stop the playing. I don't know why, but it happens every now and then. So if I play, stop, again. Using missing reference, and yeah, that is not what I want. Let me do this. Graph help view 34. And hey, I'm checking it, but I'm not returning, so return. Node editor Windows 75. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, that's only calling the help view. Okay. So we have it here and there. Okay. So let's build this guy. It will be here. Okay. Clear. Play. Stop. And we still get that. So rebuild, please, so that it will refresh. And it will be here. There we go. So I'm not sure if the reason is that maybe, well, that would be a problem, wouldn't it? I was thinking about flagging that. Wait a minute, where is that? Yeah, that should work. You know, I can put the GUI skin inside the editor, but then I need to expose all the textures there, stuff like that. And right now, I have no solution for this guy. Again, it was fixed in the notes. Let me double check my notes. So one is in toolbar view. Was it toolbar view? Oh, now in graph property view. Okay. Well, this update view is the very first thing that you are calling. Why are you not setting it here? If view skin equals to null, get editor skin, return, build. Now, I'm not sure why that base is not behaving properly. It should. By all means, it should. And now you see that we don't get any errors, but hey, we are not getting our graph again. So the only way is to close and open, and again, it's not there. So Here we're checking the dark scheme. If it's null, we are getting dark scheme. It should work. Honestly, it should work. But let's do this. I'm not sure if, again, that syntaxing is bothering us. Static GUI skin, dark skin, get if dark skin equals to null, dark skin equals to get dark skin, return dark skin. Build. These two are equivalent, but for some reason it's not behaving. Okay, load. And I will come back to that argument later. Yeah, you see? Now it's behaving, but take a look. Where is this guy calling? Graph toolbar view 45. Here. Why? Really why? I have no idea. And it's not continuous, it's just, you know, that. So maybe, or event does not equal to repaint. What was that? Event does not equal to well, this is interesting. Let me take a look at my schema. I want this basically event.type. Oh, okay. Or event.type does not equal to repaint return. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. And yep, that's ugly now, and we are continuously getting it. Yep, that didn't phase. Okay, so if it's equal to repaint, then return. Well, of course we won't get that, and still we get that. I don't know what's that. Honestly, I don't know what's that. But now it's much better than before. We identified that this syntax is problematic for us. So Control C. Get light skin. Yeah, when it comes to Unity, be very careful about when you are using that syntax for new version of Visual Studio. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, especially on that method body stuff. So yeah. And now it should show up. The only thing is this guy now. So, node editor Windows 71. Let's see if I can find this guy, 71. It shouldn't be this. No. If event.current.type equals to, what do we have here? Context, drag, execute, ignore key, layout, mouse down, mouse drag, mouse move, mouse scroll, used, validate comment, drag perform, drag update, ignore, key down, key up, layout, mouse, repaint. We have two repaints, one with lower R, one with capital R. Huh. That would ruin everything, I know. See? Again, this would ruin everything now. Oh, we just get the work view. And now it's continuous, you know. And I'm moving it around. Okay. Well, that only error is happening when we are stopping the playing. So it's not happening anywhere, anytime, any shape or any form. Nothing is going on. But as soon as I stop playing, even on the start of the playing, it's not happening. Only when I stop, I get this guy. Let's see if we can find anything online about this. Yeah, that game, yeah. Okay. Come on, Unity, you can do that. I built in your for loop over chat entries. There are two passes to the on-GUI thread events in Unity. The layout event runs through and basically does roll call and layout planning on the GUI component. We know that already. If the components change between these two GUI events, the layout manager gets confused and produces this message. Huh. Okay. No, that's not what I want. Well, this again showed up in Unity 5.3.5. It's not destroying anything. Let's just say that we should wait. That's what I think. We should wait, okay? At least what related to our chapter, our behavior tree is working, okay? And properly behaving until now. And trust me, we had passed our two hardest, and I really mean it, hardest parts of our system. I mean, the sequence and the selector were one of the most complicated things to come up with on my R&D. And next one, well, beside that error that we are getting now, and that's making me nuts now, but meh, it's OCD. Now we are going to develop two more nodes that will be based off of the sequence and the selector. And that would be next episode. Until then, have fun everyone. Bye bye.